it's always good to have more profile for women in sport. You know, when you look through the paper, there are lots of pictures of men in sport, and I think it's just great to have a night to, you know, show everyone how many different sports there are, how many different sports that women are good at in our country. So I think it's always nice to have the recognition and the celebration, and just, you know, give the athletes a bit more profile so that we can be role models for younger athletes.
Some would say if there's a Sportswomen's Award, should there be an award ceremony purely for men, or isn't that needed?
I think men in sport already get a lot of recognition. They have many sponsorship deals, and I think it's just great for more women to have, you know, more opportunities and get more recognition. So I can't see any harm in having a Sportswomen night. I think this is fantastic, and you know, I guess the more ceremonies, the more kind of awards there are, the better. So I don't see any harm in having others.
Do you think we're seeing progress in terms of recognition for women's sport, thinking about funding, thinking about media coverage, for example?
I think in the sense of funding, what I love about UK sport funding is women and men get exactly the same amount of money. So for the Olympic sports, I know as a female I'll get the same opportunity as any other men. Where I think we're really improving is in the professional sports, you know, with the women's football team now getting crowds of thousands and thousands of people. So the more spectators we have, the more money they can potentially earn. And I think it does seem to be improving at the moment. And, you know, in the future it won't have to be England's women's football team in the title. It can be England's football team, and the women's team will have exactly the same precedent as the men's, which is great.
Yeah, and we also had England women's cricketers, who are newly professional as well, putting their male counterparts in the shade by retaining the Ashes earlier this year, didn't we? But nationwide, we have fewer than 1.7 million fewer women participating in sport than men. That's something that starts at school age, doesn't it? Why do you think that is happening, and what can we do about it?
Well, I think from my own experience, I had an amazing upbringing in school and sports. You know, I played cricket, I played rugby, I played all the same sports as the boys did, and we even had a mixed netball team as well, which I loved, and I thought that was completely normal and that everyone else did that. And then when I met people through sport now as an adult, and I realised other people have, you know, different experiences, I think I hope that more people would have similar experiences to me and be exposed to many sports at a very young age. So it's just more normal, so that when they become an adult, it's, you know, it's part of your regular diet and it's seen as being healthy. You know, we're meant to exercise and it's meant to be fun.
Given your profile now as an Olympic gold medalist, how can you help encourage young women to get into sport?
I hope that I am a role model for younger athletes, just to show them that a normal athlete with a lot of ambition can become an Olympic champion, and also in a sport that, you know, I had never heard of until I was 19. So those kind of schoolgirls that are coming through that feel like there might not be a sport for them, it shows them that you know there is a sport out there, you just haven't found it yet. So to keep trying different things. So that's my job now, and I think the more publicity I have, the more I can show people that you can be successful, and ambition and really wanting something, wanting a dream is a really good thing.
So using your profile for positive reasons, but have you personally found it all entirely positive since winning that gold medal? I'm thinking about Rebecca Adlington, I'm thinking about Beth Tweddle, who've received abuse on Twitter because of their profile, because they are women in sport. What do you think about that?
You know, I think it's tough for any athlete coming into the public profile, because in sport we do it to be successful in sport. We do it to win competitions and to do well for ourselves. So being thrown in as a public figure can be quite challenging, but I've been really fortunate, and I've had a lot of public support, and especially in the schools. I speak to lots of children in schools, and I think I've been received very, very well, and you know, I think they're just intrigued into what I get up to every day. It's an exciting sport, and so yeah, I've had a really good journey for the past 8 months, and hopefully that continues.
Okay, Lizzy Yarnold, good luck this evening. Thanks very much indeed for talking to us.